Be warned, it's Luanna, and this podcast contains honest, upfront opinions, rants, bants, and general explicit content. But you know you love it.
Hello.
Good morning. Do you know
It's
something?
Monday.
And it's sunny, and it's lovely. The weather
And
is
the curtain
glorious.
should be closed. I am sorry I didn't do it. It is. Doesn't it make such a difference to your mind, your body,
just beautiful.
your heart, your relationships when the sun shines?
It does, Lou. You just wake up happy to be alive. Just bright and fresh and sunny and full of cow parsley and nettles, and I love it.
And
Love it.
elderflowers.
Oh, lavender.
We should make some elderflower gin.
Oh, it's the best
I have
of
got
British.
like a little house on the prairie dressing.
You have.
I've been doing a lot of gardening recently as well, which has brought
You
joy
have-
to my heart.
You have stepped into your Charlie Dimmock phase. And I think, you know how we
Except
always...
my tits are perky.
They're, to be fair, look really bloody perky
I haven't got a
in
bra
that
on.
dress. We never wear a bra, do you?
Mm-mm.
It's a very nice dress. So yes, spring
Sheen.
and summer is
Okay.
all here. You love a bit of Sheen. All the money in the world. And she's at Sheen.
Well,
No
look,
shade. No
you
shade.
got to pinch those pennies.
Absolutely, babe.
Look after the pennies.
That's why I'm in F&F half the time, you know. You gotta look
I
after
never
it.
go into like a supermarket, but supermarket clothes are meant to be really good. My
Very
mum
good.
likes F&F.
Sainsbury's does some
Really?
decent clobber
Oh, is that
babes.
Tui?
Yeah, two at Sainsbury's.
Mm.
Decent club. And I buy all the kids' PE stuff from Georgia Asda.
Oh, do you?
Just to do a
I always just do
smorgasbord.
next.
It's
Next
good.
online kind
So
of
good.
girl.
£4 for 2 pairs of PE shorts.
Oh
I
my
mean, you
gosh.
can't go
Mine
bloody
have
wrong.
to have the school ones from the school uniform shop.
Private school, that's why.
Yeah. And then they email me in, would you like to make an appointment for
No,
this summer?
no, I wouldn't.
Well, I have to because Clemmy's going up year 3. Whole different uniform in
Exciting.
year 3. She gets no longer a pinafore, a little skirt,
Oh,
cutie.
She's growing. She's growing.
Anyway, talking about school.
Yes, what's been
and
going on
kids,
for you, my
right?
love?
I have to tell you this story. It's fucking hilarious on 2
Why?
counts. So Indy's school, they do like this bake off thing.
Oh,
and
didn't she do that a while ago?
Yeah, she did it and then she won.
You won the spoon in the bowl or something.
Yeah, the spoon in the bowl. And then the kids that won go through to like this live bake off.
Oh.
So and they live streamed it. So all the parents,
To who? Like parents?
like parents
Yeah.
and grandparents, got to watch, or whoever wanted to watch.
Oh, nice.
Oh, isn't they cleaning your windows?
No,
When
that's-
I'm cleaning
that's the cleaner.
windows.
Oh, it's
Oh. Brilliant.
all I could see was brown hair and a
Brilliant.
black t-shirt. Is that?
She's given us the look.
Well, all I could see was someone behind you with a brown ponytail.
I know.
I'll be completely honest, I also did think that. Because we didn't expect it to be a cleaner. Okay. You got a hot cleaner. That's all we can say. Hot cleaner there. At
Wait.
Shea Monet. What's the cleaner's name?
Margaretta?
Margaretta. Go and bring her in.
No.
Go and bring her in.
I'm
Go on.
dying because Imo's mortified that we thought Margaret was no. But you don't understand. We can barely see her.
Yeah, no, I know.
Well, she is smearing the window.
All we can see is brown hair
And a black t-shirt.
I just feel embarrassed that there's someone cleaning my windows whilst I'm just sat here.
Well, you're not sat there. You're working and
I
they're
know,
working.
I know.
And also, she probably could clean a window a hell of a lot better than you, Imo.
Why don't you just pull the curtain?
Oh, God, no, that's rude.
Oh, she's frozen.
Oh, now she's
Maybe
frozen.
she's so embarrassed.
I think
she's
she's
got up.
She's
and
deliberately.
she's fucked up.
Yeah, she's deliberately frozen. Oh, Imo's in all kinds of hot mess with her
I had
cleaner.
Slight sinking.
Can I just say, the funny is, you won't have seen this, but what Imo just did there, in her bid to be relatable, right? The cleaner we could see in the background of her camera shot, she then just tried to casually move the
She moved
camera
the camera.
to exclude the window.
She's lost it.
Yeah, to not show the reality of her life that they have a window cleaner.
And now she's frozen.
And now she's frozen.
Shall I refresh her?
No, I'd say, well, I mean, let's just keep checking to see if she messages us with a problem.
Wait, shall we say you frozen?
Does she know? Does she know?
I'm going to refresh her. Then we'll
Okay,
go.
we're going to refresh her.
There you are.
Oh, hello.
Our Wi-Fi went
margaritas.
down.
Oh, hang on. We've got the soap on the window. So, Imo, we were just hilariously roasting you kindly, by the way. Keep it kind, people. How you just casually panned your camera across to exclude
So that
your window cleaners so that you didn't admit you had a window cleaner.
brilliant. See, she is bougie. She makes you think she's down with the kids. Let me tell you, there's no one more bougie than her.
Let me tell you, sometimes that shit, you just ain't got time for it.
No, You're working hard.
Exactly.
Right, anyway,
so live Bake Off, yes.
She gets through to the live
Right then.
Bake Off. My parents were in Croatia. I was in Spain and Andrew's in Dubai.
Mm-hmm.
So we're all logging on from all these different places.
Nice.
I'm round my friend's kitchen table having lunch with my friends in Spain.
Yep.
Mum and Dad are in Croatia and Andrew's camera never went on.
Of course it didn't.
Anyway, so first of all,
I mean, who
my
knows where he
parents
is?
are a bit late onto it. So the first thing that cracked me up is that you had to send the kids in with all the equipment, like everything.
So it's
like,
quite a thing.
yeah, like, you know, their weighing scales, the mixer, the ingredients, everything that they needed, spatulas, spoons.
And do they come up with the recipe themselves?
Yeah,
and everything?
they come
Yeah,
up. They
okay.
literally have to independently and decorate and
Did
make
she
a
though?
cake.
Or did you little?
Well, I can't do anything. You can't pre-make anything.
Oh, okay.
They have to do it themselves,
okay,
right?
Okay.
So I sent Indian with the Thermomix because because that's what we use to bake.
Tell me your daughter is at a private school without telling me it's a private school. Mummy sends in a Thermomix for the school baking competition.
So anyway, Aga, who is my lovely Thermomix rep, who used to be my full-time housekeeper.
Yes,
And then she went to work for Thermomix full-time. Anyway, she's now doing a bit of both. So she's now back here a couple of days a week, Aga.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, and she's so lovely.
Can
I
you
love
just
her to
explain
bits.
to anyone who doesn't know what a Thermomix
okay.
is, just to give this context?
So a Thermomix is like the god of all kitchen
It's
gadgets.
a very expensive kitchen appliance.
It's very expensive, but it does.
It is brilliant.
Basically, there's an app on your phone or your computer, and you just put in whatever you want to make. And there's a computer on this kitchen appliance, and it literally weighs it, tells you add 30 grams of sugar, and you just put spoons of sugar in. It measures it as you weighing it. You then press next, and it gives you the next.
It's like a robot cooker.
Yeah,
like it does
essentially.
everything.
And it is quite expensive.
Yeah, but it is good.
So before I left for Spain, I'm sorry, the window cleaner is still cleaning.
Still there.
Before
Go
I
on,
left for
Marguerite.
Spain, I literally had laid everything out, everything that she needed. I sent Lydia instructions. I was like literally like really methodical with it all. Left the Thermomixes, gave her 2 jugs to the Thermomix, one for the batter, one for the buttercream.
And does Indy know how to use a Thermomix?
Yeah, they use it all the time, my kids. And I said to Lydia, it's all a bit heavy, so stick it in a suitcase. So you're not breaking
Every
your
other
back.
kid's going in with their Tesco's plucky bag. And
Lydia's got
Indy's
it
got
with
a
a
fucking wheelie suitcase.
So to Lydia, put it in a suitcase and wheel it into
It's
school.
so heavy.
I know.
It's heavy because I had to carry mine from my
From one house
granny
to the
house
other.
to my Reno house, and it's really heavy.
Right.
And all the attachments.
Yeah. So she goes in with the suitcase, and then you're allowed to like set up their station. So I was like, how's it gone? She set it all up for
By
her.
herself.
So no, Lydia's allowed to do that. So she's plugged it in. It's all like ready.
Why is this
So
is
we get-
massive? It's
we
like
get-
having a
it's
steam and
huge.
fry air fry. It's huge.
So
You need 2 people to carry it.
we go on to the Bake Off, and one of the friends that I happened to be with in Spain was a professional baker. Well, he was dying, and all the kids are there, and one of them's got a little handheld mixer, and Indy's there in the background, dubbing on the
Dee-dee-dee-din, dee-dee-dee-dee-din. Next. It's literally the most high-tech robot, makes bleepy sounds and everything when you need to move on.
was so funny. And we were like, I wonder if they'll ban them next year.
Oh, yeah. Did anyone else bring a Thermomix?
Well, no.
Check out the Zisman kid.
So I could see her in the background, bop, bop, bop. And then they go over, and as they're live streaming, they're like interviewing each kid. They did it like a bake-off style.
Go on.
And then they go over to Indy, and the camera's on Indy. And I noticed she had the butterfly whisk in with the batter. And I was going, so then I turn on my mic.
Should you not have this?
No.
Oh.
And I turned on my camera and my mic.
Backseat driver, mummy.
Waving like that, and then they're like, and there's Indy's mummy and Indy's family, and we're waving. Nat's on there too. Lydia was on there, so
Oh,
Indy had
all
like
in.
5 people on this
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
We're all watching her, and I saw the butterfly whisk, and I thought, oh no,
Twitchy eye.
twitchy eye, and I went, Indy, darling, you're not meant to have the butterfly. Can you please turn off your mic? They're not allowed any outside interference, so to quickly turn off the mic. Anyway, she told me that the recipe did say to put it in. So
Oh.
I don't know. Anyway, they're there doing it. My parents are a bit late to join, okay?
Right.
So most of the time, everybody's camera's off and everybody's mic is off.
But it's respectful, isn't
Because
it? You don't know everybody.
You're just watching as a parent, you know?
It's not a
and
webinar.
then when they panned on your kid, you'd put your camera on and you'd wave so your
Lovely.
kid could
So there's
see
a protocol,
you.
yeah. But it's respectful distance,
Yeah.
if not necessary, yeah.
The next thing you know, onto the screen come Hilda and Oz.
Oh, no.
That's what I call my
Oh
parents.
no.
And
Who's
they're
dad?
in the sunshine. They got their glass of wine, and you can see them sort of looking
that
at
whole,
what's going
are we
on.
on?
But yeah,
You're gonna
are we on?
shot
Are we
of their
not?
nostrils
Yeah.
as they're faffing with
So
the
they're
camera.
on, and I'm like, what's happening? I'm like, turn your camera off. They're vaping.
It's not the mic wasn't on, was it?
No, the mic wasn't on, but you could see them vaping with their drink. And
Live from Croatia.
anyway, you see them sort of still looking, and then the next thing you see is an octopus on their head, a little cartoon octopus.
No.
And I'm like, wait, I took some video of it. I'll show you.
Lou's parents are batshit, by the way. This is where she gets it from.
I'm like messaging them, and I'm like, turn off your camera. You've got an octopus on your head. So here we go. I'm like, I say, Mum and Dad, turn off your camera. And then Natalie says, this is our group chat, pups, she calls them Non and pups. You've got an octopus on your head and you're vaping. Turn your camera off. Oh my God, Dad, turn it off. And then Andrew chimes in. Oh, they did have their sound on.
Oh, Andrew chimes up.
Turn off your sound.
Oh.
And then here's the video.
Oh no, I'm watching this now. Live stream. Oh. Why?
They've got the octopus.
So this
They're looking
octopus,
at it. We'll put this on.
So they've got basically what it is, guys. They've got like some weird filter that they can't get off their camera with a cartoon.
Like that judge, you know, and he did the whole trial and it went viral. And the judge was a cat for the whole trial. Well, everyone's laughing. And I'm like, said to Andrew, my sound is off. And he's like, your parents had it on a few minutes ago. And then they become an alien.
Oh no. Oh no.
And then a birthday cake with a face and a mouth.
So, oh my God, this is the stuff of lockdown
It's
Zoom
like lockdown
webinar
Zoom.
dreams. So you can see on here, guys, all the grids, you know, like the grid of like several people. Everybody else is
Everyone's
dark.
off. You can only see the kids.
Yeah, only see the kids, other than the one screen, grid square, which is Louisa's parents, which is currently a birthday cake animated emoji.
Oh my God. We were
my
just
gosh.
dying. It's so my mum and dad.
It's
then
such
he
a
just
classic
became a
grandparent.
birthday cake with like teeth, and eventually the camera went off. Anyway, all the kids did really well. Indy didn't win,
Oh.
but it's the taking part that counts. Not the kid that won was really good. They were actually all like amazing.
How many
cakes.
kids took part?
Only about 5 or 6. That got
That's
so the
really
initial round,
good.
loads of them,
Yeah.
and then those ones
Went through
that
to the live
won that
round.
bit got through.
What
to
was the
final.
grand prize? A term of free school fees.
I wish. I don't know what the prize was. The notoriety.
Do you know
I'm not
what?
Sure.
I think that's great. And do you know what? It shows as well, just tenacity and taking part. And good for her. Good for her. Good
she
girl.
loved
I'm very
it.
proud of her. Do you know what? Well, it's not on the same level, but this week we've got heady excitement from Enzo of his first school residential trip.
Oh,
You'd
we've
think
not done
you'd
one
think
yet.
these kids, it's the year 3-4
Yeah.
combined trip. They're going away for 2 nights, 3 days.
Oh.
You'd think these kids were gearing up for Ibiza opening weekender. We have packed this bloody case, left, right, and
I remember
centre.
Dixie going and me stuffing like sweets into shoes so
Well-
that she could have midnight feast.
Well, this actually, maybe I need your advice on this. So some of the mums, well, I'll be honest, Enzo it's great. He's resilient, gives 0 shits. In fact, he even said he went, can't wait for 2 nights away from you losers.
Oh, I bet some of the mums are twitching.
There's some twitchy bums. Me, can't bloody wait.
See you later.
And I said to him, oh, do you want me to put like a nice little note in your bag or something like
fucking
that? And he went,
post it.
and he actually went, don't you dare. And I was like, oh, I wasn't going to. And he went, don't do that at all. No, he's pretty happy about the whole thing. But yeah, you would think this. We have packed, repacked. We have bought. Oh, I had a little moment. Boy, mum. At 8 years old, we went into Boots to do a little trolley dash, and you said, "Can I get my wash bag, Smellies? It's on the list. On the list."
Links.
Yes, he said. He went, "Mummy." Well, I did notice that. He's a boy now. He plays sport. Yeah, and he went, "Mummy, I think I need some deodorant now. I think from when I play, sports and I sweat at school. And I went, that's fine. So I had my first rite of passage. My boy now has Lynx deodorant.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Lynx Africa.
There it is.
Starting
He's
him off well.
arrived. He's arrived. So yeah, we will see how he gets on in his 2-night resi. I mean, he's absolutely buzzing for it.
She's very thorough, your window cleaner.
Marguerite's been out there for hours.
Fucking cleaning those windows. She'll be through the window soon. She would have polished it away.
I mean, there's some pretty big bifold doors there.
There is. Right. Now over to Imo. It's time for
Did You Know With Imo? Dun-dun-dun. Nah.
Lovely. Did you know that termites...
No, I didn't know.
Termites.
Yeah.
They fart more than any other animal on Earth.
Wood guffs.
Really?
That's from Susie. I just fact-checked it.
How
And
do
yeah, they
you
do.
know that?
Why?
What do you mean, why?
What makes them so farty?
They're just very farty. Apparently, they're estimated to contribute 1 to 3% of global methane emissions annually.
God, that's massive. I suppose, though, there's billions of termites.
I wonder what our
Releasing their
global
methane gas.
Contribution to methane is.
Yeah, have a look, Hims.
Luanna's going to chat
Compare
GPT.
us to, like, cows.
Okay, chat GPT.
Human methane.
No, I was saying you and me, Lou.
What
Just literally you and
is
me. I think
Luanna's global methane
contribution.
It's not going to answer that.
emissions.
You never know. Lou.
Really?
You never know.
Annually.
Well, ChatGPT is the god of all gods.
Question mark
How do we
send.
survive?
Go on, and
Searching the web.
this would be quite a good fact, Lou.
Oh,
No,
no.
no good. We haven't
No.
made it yet.
Just put humans.
What
Mhm.
is what
This is interesting content.
is
It is.
humans global?
Guess how many times we fart a day?
How many? 90.
No, between 7 and 21.
I fart definitely more than that.
I am at the top end of that scale.
Oh,
We both are.
100%.
We both are.
yeah, for sure. For sure.
I think anyone.
Shall we carry on with messages?
Human.
and
Oh,
refer-
it
no,
says
here we go,
human
no.
activities. Load of rubbish.
What was the percentage?
60%. But that includes like agriculture and fossil fuels and shit.
Oh, see, we just want to know how much do human farts contribute
to
global warming?
I'd like to see Piers Morgan debate
Specific
that.
Farts.
Just farts.
Just farts.
Just
How much do human
Farts only.
farts contribute to global warming?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it saying?
Human farts and burps contribute an almost negligible amount to global warming.
There you go.
Well,
We can all
we can
all
toot and
fart
fruit
happily.
our way through this.
toot and fruit.
There
Exactly.
you go.
There we are, guys.
Very interesting.
Thank you, Imogen.
Not. Right, message from Anon.
I quite liked that.
Ethel. Ethel says, hi girls, please keep me on. I'm recently new to the pod since I heard Anna on Staying Relevant and I absolutely love you both.
Good cross-pollination.
There you go.
Come on over. Come on over.
We also, Ethel, both did an episode with Staying Relevant, which
we
was
did.
better than that one when I was on it. Too. About 6 years ago, I was studying for my degree in sports medicine and I was absolutely loving it. As it was a practical degree, we often went on trips related to what we were learning. And this year it was the lower limb, ankles, knees, hips, groin, you name it. We went to visit a morgue at a local We went to visit a morgue at a local university aimed at helping us understand what was happening below the skin. We did this each year depending on which body part we were learning about. I should add that this was an entirely voluntary trip. So those sorry.
You're right there, Lou.
I don't know.
That's
I
it.
don't know
Come
if
on,
I'm
kid. Shall I
okay.
wind you back up?
So those of us that wanted to attend could. We get there and there were 4 surgical tables lined up, each with a body part on them.
Oh, I couldn't do this.
Oh, I couldn't either. Feet, knee, hips, pelvises.
I think you could do something. Maybe couldn't you?
I'd get over it quickly.
You
and then
would. I'd tap out before I got in the door.
I should add too that these body parts were deliberately cut so that you could lift up the structures and look under the skin. In my table, there were 3 pelvic parts.
Ooh.
Stump.
Oh.
Some still with pubes on.
Oh.
Why was so mature?
Oh.
As I went to pick
Pube.
up the pelvic joint, I had to grip my hands around the arse
Oh.
to stop the flaps of muscle from falling apart.
Oh.
It was fascinating. but definitely not for the
Oh,
faint-hearted.
no.
I don't think I could do this.
These people are amazing.
Suddenly, my friend says to me, oh, you've got... My friend says to me, you've got your thumb in her hole.
She's holding up a torso. She's got
She's
a thumb.
like that. And the thumb's gone in.
She's a cheeky thumb in the old body.
No, in the
Nunny.
vag, without me even noticing. So she's picked it up like that. She's accidentally inserted her thumb right inside the poor woman's vagina. She says, I immediately pulled it out to my horror and just said that everything felt slimy, a bit like a chicken breast. So I didn't even clock it. From that moment on, my classmates called me necrophiliac, which I've had to defend time and time again. It was a proper in-betweeners moment. I fingered a dead woman.
That's not a good nickname to be stuck with for the rest of your life.
It puts me off donating my body to medical research.
I mean, I'll be honest, you probably had to hold on somewhere.
Oh, I don't think I could do it. At first, I thought, yeah. And then I...
Oh,
he doesn't like
Marguerite.
cleaning Margarita.
Right, Norm, how are you getting on over in the zoo that is
We've
Imo's
not
house?
seen Norm for a while.
We haven't actually. How is
How
he?
is Norm?
He's well. It's his birthday this week.
Oh, happy
how
birthday,
old is
Norm.
he? 8?
7.
Oh, having a party.
Remember when he pissed on my carpet?
We do, Lou.
Yeah.
Never forgiven
You should get him a
Norm.
pup cake. Right, next one. Message from Anonymous. So, I feel a bit weird about that one. From
slimy
Sadie.
like
Ooh,
chicken.
chicken. Ooh. Hi, Luanna Imo. I'd love your advice on how to deal with a very needy friend.
Cut her out.
Brilliant. There's Lou's advice. Moving on. No, joking. With a very needy friend. While I do like her as a person, I find the amount she messages me very intense.
You've got to cut it out.
To help put the level of intensity into perspective, I actually counted the amount of messages I received last month, which came in at a whopping 160 versus my 30.
Disproportionate.
I only messaged that much to her, so she didn't feel ignored. She also calls me her best friend, and she'll tell me she misses me if I've taken longer than a week to get back. So, she's very intense, Lou. This just gets all very awkward for me. I don't see our friendship in the same way, so I feel inauthentic when I do message back. I try to back off, initially only messaging her once a week and now once a fortnight, which I know sounds ridiculous, but she still messages me regardless. I've muted her messages, and I did say no to her visiting me this summer. We live in different cities.
Well, at least you live in different cities.
Helpful.
Otherwise, she'd be knocking on the door.
Oh, I know, mate. So I am trying very hard to create a distance. I'm normally a very direct person and don't find confrontation scary at all, but I'm really struggling to decide the best way to handle this situation without hurting her feelings. She's a lovely girl and quite emotionally fragile. I really don't want to be mean to her, but at the same time, I have kids to care for, a business to run, and long-term friendships to maintain that should all take priority. I guess the hard reality is I don't have the bandwidth for this friendship.
Sometimes you don't.
Sometimes
when you're
you don't.
an adult.
You don't. You're so right. Funnily enough, I've been literally doing this with a friend of a friend recently about
really?
just boundaries around friendships and just life, really. Harsh reality is I don't have the bandwidth for this friendship, but how do you cut someone off without hurting their feelings or feeling like a dreadful human being? I don't think she'll get it if I say she needs to reduce the amount she messages me, whilst ghosting her just seems cruel. I'd love to hear what you think I should do. I can already hear Louisa shouting, "Sack her off!" You know Louisa so well.
Yeah,
I mean,
just
have you
sack her
changed your thoughts on sack her off, or
No,
are we still
just
in that?
sack her off.
I mean, how would you sack her off?
Well, I'd just ignore the messages.
She's very needy, and I think to be fair
First
to
thing
you,
to do is take off read receipts on your WhatsApp. I do not have read receipts on my WhatsApp. Nobody gets any blue ticks from me, and I don't get blue ticks from anybody else, and I'm happy that way. I hate it when people are like, "Oh, I can see they've read it." People don't know if I've read their message or not. They just don't know. There's always just 2 grey ticks.
Oh, I don't even go into that level of
People
noticing
do though.
it.
So
People
I
do,
think
yeah.
take that off as the first thing, and then just phase her out.
And to be honest, it does sound as though...
Or just block her.
Well, yeah, but it does sound as though you have tried to, distance yourself a bit. You've tried to be sort of kind, but she's kind of not getting the message. She's not getting the hint.
And you're not getting anything from this relationship.
No.
Can we just start owning being selfish as adults and stop giving ourselves to bullshit that we don't want to give ourselves to try and protect other people? There is nothing wrong with being a selfish woman and protective of your time and your mind. So if someone's not filling your cup, cut them off and move on.
It
It's
is
not difficult.
very
Like why do
draining.
why do we try and be such people pleasers all the time? You have to put yourself first, because if you don't put yourself first, ultimately you will not be a happy person, because you will feel resentment that you're giving yourself so much to other people and trying to please people. So start doing things for yourself. Start pleasing yourself. Start saying no to the things that you would feel obliged to say yes to. Stop replying to the people that don't fill your cup and move on with your nice, happy life.
I mean, sounds like she's got
Preach.
resentment already, to be honest, towards her. I get you don't want to be unkind.
Block, move on.
But it's not working at the moment with your strategy. I think you don't have to be unkind. You just, just keep reducing that contact. And like you say, when you've got busy lives and family and other
too
stuff
much.
to do, it is too much.
She doesn't live near you, so she can't come over.
I think it's sad. I think it's sad for her. She's clearly lonely, but I don't think all the responsibility's on you, babes.
Yeah.
Good luck, doll.
We've got another message from Chloe, or just a message from Chloe.
Mm.
Hello, Luanna ladies. I started listening to the pod last year as I frequently have to travel London to Manchester for work, and your pod helps me through the long drive. I've heard lots of listener stories, and I thought you might want to hear about my hen night. So where do I start? Let's go back to Feb the 22nd, 2020. A long weekend in London had been booked for me and my girls, but I didn't know what the weekend had in store. I was ready. I had spent weeks on the outfit. My spray tan was perfectly glowing.
ready.
I went for a blow dry in the morning, and I felt like the best I've ever felt. I got the train into London with a few of the girls, and we met at the hotel to dump our bags. I think it's important at this stage to highlight that I had been very clear with the bridesmaids that I wanted the full hen do treatment. I'm talking throwing up in the gutter, centre of attention, dick in my face kind of hen do.
The full works.
So 13 girls all started putting on their sashes and hen do attire.
It's a proper
And
hen
I
do, Lou.
couldn't hold my excitement.
Oh.
This was it. I knew my girls weren't going to let me down. It was early afternoon and we all got into cabs to a dirty martini bar in central London. It was great fun. We made our own cocktails, very strong, I should add. We had a dance, a few light snacks, a great start to the weekend. After a couple of hours and a few cocktails, we stumbled back out to go and get ready for dinner. Back at the hotel, I put on the outfit that I had spent so many months picking out. A gorgeous white sequin play suit with the girls all wearing little black dresses. I felt on top of the world and beautiful. We played some Mr. and Mrs. in the room while having pre-drinks, and my now husband had been recorded answering questions, including some rude ones, for me to answer. Some I wasn't sure my mum wanted to hear the answer to, but it was all good fun. The whole time, I couldn't help but let my mind run with what the rest of the evening would entail. We went to a lovely underground Italian restaurant where more wine was consumed, and we were all ready for the night to kick off. I still had no idea where we were off to, but got into another cab and pulled up outside what looked like a nightclub. I was crossing the road towards the doors when I saw it. A big purple poster on the doors with half-naked men and the title Dream Boys.
Oh, she's in.
Yes, my girls had come through and I was going to see gorgeous, oiled-up hunky men for my hen night. I was ecstatic, jumping like a kid in the street at the thought of what this evening had in store for me. I looked over to my mum and my godmother to see a bit more hesitancy in their faces about what was in store, but nevertheless, we bundled in. We went down the stairs and I was advised we were VIP, taken to a drinks area, and I was told by the girls that they had paid for the top package.
Package? Way.
I was going to be pulled up on stage, swung around and stroke those abs. I couldn't wait. We took our seats, front row, of course, and I don't think saying front row really explains it. Our knees were touching the stage. We were that close. The venue was usually a gentleman's club for female strippers, so the stage was more like a long catwalk with poles for dancing. Other hen parties took their seats on the other side of the stage to us, and the room started to go dark. The overexcited women, including me, started screaming as the show began.
Here we go.
5 men, all in black cargo pants, vests and working boots, came dancing down the catwalk to a heavy beat dance track. Smoke machines were going and the Dream Boys were teasing everyone in the front
we're
row.
there, aren't we, Lou?
One bent over to me and breathed heavily into my ear. He
Coffee
smelled
breath.
gorgeous. And I knew this was going to be the best night of my
Only you
life.
and I can go, ugh.
Next, a spotlight dropped at the top of the catwalk and a huge hunk of a man stood ready to make his entrance. The next thing I knew, the guy came running down the catwalk, heading straight for the pole that was right in front of me. He took flight, jumping towards the pole as if to swing around it, and bang!
What?
In the opening act.
What's going on?
In the opening act, within seconds of the god making his entrance, he was on the floor with his leg now faced the wrong way. The pole, which was usually used by petite women for the gentleman's club, had broken away from the ceiling when the dream boy jumped onto it, and he and the pole came crashing to the ground.
Wallop.
The pole... This isn't funny.
This is so bad.
The pole... pole had come down. The pole had come down onto someone's 76-year-old gran in the audience. The granny got flattened by the pole.
Fucking taken out.
He was also there for a hen do. She was now laying unconscious on the floor.
She's bloody unconscious. No.
Quick, Dream boy himself went to get up to the knocked out gran, but he didn't realise his leg had broken due to adrenaline, and instead he let out an almighty scream, and the rest of the guys in the show didn't realise at all what horror was unfolding as they took their turn in coming down the catwalk. The audience are trying to wave them down and shout that they should stop the show. Fucking gran's on the floor.
He's like Quasi with his broken leg.
Granny's out and they're still coming down the catwalk like some
You
sex
can
gods.
leave your head on. Oh my gosh.
I have to be honest, the next 10 minutes is all a bit of a blur. The dream boy with the broken leg was rolling around on the stage in agony, and people were understandably trying to look after the gran who had 85 kilos of man and metal pole just land on her head. Could have killed her. We were all moved to the bar while the injured were tended to and advised the show would resume shortly. I think everyone was in shock. The day had really been turned on its head, and no one was in the dancing or dick-in-face spirit. About an hour after it all went wrong, we were able to get out stuff from the cloakrooms, and it was agreed the show would be cancelled.
Oh, no.
Me and the hens went to a pub across the road to try and get our heads around what we'd just seen. We deliberated on what to do next, as the girls had booked us a booth in a nightclub, but I don't think any of us were up for it. We went back to our hotel and sat in our PJs. Chatting till the early hours. I believe the gran went on to make a full recovery. But if you wanted to know more information, it was in the Sun.
Oh, she's cut and pasted the Sun
A few
article.
days later, the article is still available.
Oh my god!
Oh
hang
my
on,
God.
hang on. Here we go.
Oh wait, Imo's put it in. There's a picture.
with his thumbs up.
There's a picture. Oh my God. And the headline is Pole Position. Dream Boy stripper who broke his leg and knocked out a gran when his pole fell will sue club for $500,000. Well, where there's blame, there's blame.
Can I just say?
Look at this.
We're not laughing at someone's misfortune, but he's like,
He's covered in toes. He's got an oxygen
he's doing a
mask
sexy
on.
selfie with his peace sign in the ambulance. Oh, it's a video,
Is there
Lou.
a
There's a
video?
bloody video. Get it on, get it on.
No, that's
got to.
Linda Robson. That's not the actual
Oh.
video. Oh my
Can I
God.
just say, I've just got this absolute image of this ba-da-ba, as he's running towards the
no.
pole. What now? What?
After the failed hen do, my wedding went on to be cancelled. Oh, 4 times through COVID before we were finally married in September 21.
Wasn't an omen.
I have also since been to Magic Mike in London, but I still didn't get my full stripper experience. No need to keep me anonymous. Chloe from Bedfordshire. And here's a picture of us on our wedding day.
Lovely.
Oh, you look beautiful. It's the compo stripper in the bloody hospital that's now going to sue the club for $500,000. And that should know, like, the Grand's fucking dead. No, Grand's family's not seeing anyone. The stripper thumbs up in the hospital. They're so skanky, those strippers.
Can I just say it's just got the sun written all over it. The whole story is gold.
Oh,
we hope,
God.
obviously, everyone made a full recovery. Thank you for that story. Absolute belter. Right, remember, if you want to get in touch with us, do email us. It's Luanna at everythingluanna.com. Or you could drop us a WhatsApp. It's 07745266947.
So, interesting news. The world's first male contraceptive implant has finally been invented, but there's a catch.
Ooh, what's the catch?
So not everyone's convinced on this, Anna. There are a few different contraception options out there, but mostly, as we know, they're all for women: the pill, the coil, the implant, blah 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 blah. But obviously, women, we get loads of unwelcome side effects, and a lot of women now are opting just for the pull-out method, which isn't fail-safe.
It's not ideal. Not ideal.
Anyway, it's always women, isn't it? So. And for years, we've kind of all been saying, why isn't there a man one? And they did try a men's pill, and then that kind of got scrapped a bit, didn't it?
Yeah, it wafted around.
But anyway,
decades,
there's now this US-based company, Contraception. It's been working on a contraceptive, which is a non-hormonal hydrogel, and it basically prevents sperm from getting into the urethra.
Interesting.
So the gel provides a barrier within the urethra, meaning that the sperm can't get past it. So the sperm on the other side of the gel just degrade and become absorbed by the man's body. And the gel's lifespan is 2 years. And after 2 years, the gel just liquefies and the barrier's removed, and then they're fertile again.
So what do you do with it?
So further research needs to take place. And the gel, they've said, is minimally invasive, but it does have to be injected into a man's sperm
That's
duct.
what I wondered. How do we use
Local anaesthetic can be used, so it's not a painful procedure. And the pill, this says, is still being developed for men, which blocks vitamin A in the testes, which means sperm can't be produced. And anyway,
it's on trial and with mice, but it's prevented 99% of pregnancies.
Very interesting. So they've said it will allow a more equal sharing of responsibility for family planning and provide reproductive autonomy for men.
This is great
good because a lot of men are caught out.
They're either caught out or don't want to go. I know many men that don't want to go to the drastic solution of a vasectomy either.
Well, lots of men don't want a vasectomy because they haven't yet had children, but they know they want children at some stage, but they don't want it right now.
Right.
So not being able to have them for 2 years is brilliant.
This is a great,
groundbreaking.
Yeah, well done. Let's see if that gets rolled out.
Would you trust it? I don't think I would.
Because a lot of people say they wouldn't trust a man to take a pill every day, whatever. But if you just have one injection for 2 years...
Do we think it? Well, it does. Look, they've said 99% certainty.
But also, if you're in a partnership, I mean, let's just say my husband.
No,
for
not
example,
trust that the guy's done it, but would you trust
the actual,
that it's going to work? I know they're saying it's 99% effective, but I still would have my reservations. I think.
But I guess it's like everything, isn't it? With the pill, I know people that have been caught out on that.
Do we think that guys will do this? Does this mean that there's no spaffing? Or do they still have some kind of liquid ejaculation? But there's
like with a vasectomy, you still come.
Yeah,
it's just not.
I guess it's like that.
I think it's a great thing. I know a lot of men I think that would do that actually. Most of the men in my life, friends, are very very up on taking that responsibility actually. And most of them have had vasectomies because it's sort of the only option really at the moment. So, right,
very interesting.
Yeah, right. Next news story: school starters can't blow their noses. What? So teachers have told the BBC that too many children start primary school unable to blow their own noses or take themselves to the toilet.
That's because we baby our children.
Well, I have heard this
so
about
much.
the amount of children that haven't been properly toilet trained when they start school.
Some of them haven't even held a pen.
So this particular teacher says that some parents don't have a clear understanding of children's developmental needs. This is in Essex. Other Essex teachers told the BBC that some pupils arrive at school unable to blow their own nose, hold pencils, or sit up straight in their chairs. School readiness was examined in a recent report by the Essex Caring Communities Commission. It said it suggested setting up task force groups to help more children be school ready.
It's called parenting,
right? It's called
just fucking generally.
parenting.
You sit at a table to eat your food. You sit up straight. You teach them how to hold cutlery.
And how to wipe their bottom and their
encourage them how to dress
parts.
and toilet independently.
And do shoes.
How to blow their nose.
It's called parenting, Lou. I've got no time for this.
So much lazy parenting now.
Miss Bartholomew said that an increased number of students starting like I say, I hear this across the board actually, without being able to use the toilet themselves. So this particular school's had to adapt its building and create a nappy changing facility.
No.
This is not fair on the children. I mean, I have to have two members of staff.
4-year-old children turning 5 in nappies still.
And she says, I've got 2 members of staff that come out of classroom to change a nappy. I've only got 1 adult looking after 29 4-year-olds. Now, I will say this heavy caveat here before people start going, hang on, what about? But this is true. She acknowledges some children who were not school ready lived with special educational needs and disabilities.
Them in the numbers, for God's sake.
Exactly.
That's a bit mean.
And I agree with you.
That's a bit tight.
Some of the children
can't include the SEN kids.
No, and children that do have genuine developmental challenges, that's a different
totally
kettle of fish. Yeah, that's a
fish.
different kettle of fish. And absolutely they should be supported
She's
and
saying
looked
that
after.
there's just so many cuts in years gone by.
Yes, that's got to this point.
So actually, let's see. I think this is all about special educational needs children, because this says in Essex in 2024, 21% of special education needs pupils achieved expected standards in reading, writing and maths at key stage 2. The figure for children without special education needs was only 72%. That's very low. That's not good enough.
So setting up early would help increase numbers of children ready for school by 50%. It said it wanted to build on, deepen an existing collaborations to help pupils achieve at least the minimum expected key stage 2 standards.
Why don't parents just fucking take their kids to a phonics class, or like you get free nursery hours now as well?
It does genuinely interest me that with it feels like there is a lot of provision in some areas, perhaps less in others. But as you say, Lou, when it comes down to it, I genuinely don't understand why your 4-year-old cannot
hold a
pencil, go to the toilet. It's like I say, unless they do have extra challenging needs.
Yeah, but let's not talk about the SEN kids.
So let's just talk about
a regular kid that has no additional needs.
So my children know how to use the loo, know how to have common manners.
But why can't they hold a pencil? What about like crafting with your kids and drawing with them and like scissors and all of that? Like parents, and I get, okay, we're all busy, we're all working, we're all hustling.
I don't think that's an excuse, Lou.
No,
Lou, I actually don't buy that.
I just don't fucking buy it.
Do you know what? I'm fucking busy. I'm fucking working. We all are. And do you know what? But actually,
just take time.
but your children are priority.
Because they're always on fucking iPads, that's why.
Children are priority. You know,
iPad,
and you have
this
to
is
give
the
them those.
iPad parenting generation.
You have to give
really
children
sad.
the tools and the education to do that.
Very sad. Right. On that note, let's move on.
Yep.
It's time for It's the Widow of the Week.
Right, first up it's Hannah. Hi, Luanna. Love the pod and all that crap. I may have a Weirdo of the Week for you. I didn't realise this was weird until I had my tea meeting with an icebreaker question. What is your favourite smell? Well, mine is fish food.
Oh, rank.
Actually, I can see where she's going with this. Specifically, the flaky goldfish food in the blue tub. It smells a bit like Skips crisps. Well, mine. Apparently, this is very weird, but I disagree.
Weird.
Even weird that my fiance would bring the tub under my nose to get a whiff when he fed the fish. Let's also mention that I crushed this into my fingers when I was little, so I could smell it for longer.
So grim.
I know, gross. So, girls, is this weird?
Yes.
Well, what are your favourite scents? No need to keep me anonymous. I'm Hannah from Leicester, and I love the pod. And thank you to Kat for introducing it to me. I've introduced my fiance, and now he's a man fan.
What's your favourite natural scent? Not like a Jo Malone candle. Mine is freshly cut grass or horse stable smell.
Mine is silage.
Yeah.
Silage, which is rotting hay. Which just smells like sweet manure, basically. Yeah. I'd say that. And I mean, petrol, but that's not really a natural smell, I know. But
I like the smell of
petrol and freshly cut grass. I mean, just can't beat it. Can't beat it.
I really like the smell of tarmac after it's rained.
Oh, yes.
I love the smell of bread.
Oh, that's good.
Cooking.
Yes. Oh.
And
yeah, I get that.
I do like petrol too.
It's like a bakery.
I think it's delicious.
Yeah, I like petrol. Sometimes my mouth waters around petrol.
Yes.
weird, isn't it?
Salivate
And then if we
perpetual.
drunk it, we die. So why does our body want us to drink it?
Do
or
you know
eat
what?
it?
Why I'm so obsessed with where I live, in a village in Britain, because my favourite smell is opening the door, that first morning
Country
fresh
smell.
country smell. It gets me in the short and curlies and I frigging love it. Fish food, though, I weirdly
Very
know
weird.
what she means.
No, I can't relate to
You
that.
can't relate to that. I can.
Right, is the next one weirder? This is Savannah. She's nominated her husband Jay. She says, "Hi ladies, love the pod and all that jazz. I've got a strong contender for my weirdo of the week. My husband loves porridge or oatmeal. He's from Puerto Rico, Caribbean island, and they make a hot cereal out of cornstarch, which is called maicena, pronounced maicena. There you go, maicena.
Okay.
It's sweet. He will add vanilla and cinnamon to it and serves it up into a bowl. He then tops it with cubes of cheddar cheese. He'll do this with porridge too.
Nah.
I'm all for sweet and salty, but what the fuck? I'm Savannah from Brackley, Northamptonshire. My weirdo husband is Jay.
Oh, now, mate, I'm a massive cheese fan, but not on porridge.
Not with cinnamon.
I'm going for him being the weirdo. I'm all right with the fish food sniffer.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, lose out for all of that. Imo, what do you think?
I'm out.
Deciding vote.
Yeah, the cheese
food
on the
does not smell
cinnamon
good.
is not it.
Nah,
not-
tapping out.
it's not
It's
the look.
like a pregnancy craving. Thank you guys, some very good weirdos. That is it. The pod has flown by. Lulu,
know.
we've had
I'm
some
happy
corkers.
this
Are you happy
week.
this week?
I'm not going to run. I'm having a very
Ah.
happy week. I'd just like to leave you all with the thought of my advice earlier to cut the motherfuckers out your life if it doesn't bring you joy.
There it is.
I want to empower people listening to the pod. If you've got someone driving you fucking nuts, just say no and don't allow them into your sphere of positivity. And
Scroll
breathe.
on down.
So that is it. Don't worry, we'll be here every Monday. Also, don't forget, you can watch us on YouTube. Our
can.
episodes drop every Wednesday and every Friday. Whoop, on there. So you can see us, you can hear us, but you can't smell us yet.
No.
If you don't want to wait until then, you can obviously listen to us on Mondays and Thursdays.
Keep going, Lou. Doing
Yeah,
well.
don't know what I'm saying now. And for that, we, as always, need you, our wonderful Lufanians. You are the reason this podcast happens.
You are.
You can send your emails in to Luanna at
everythingluanna.com. Our WhatsApp number is 077 452 66947 for a voice note or a massage. We would adore it if you could please follow us. If you have not followed us yet, please do it right now. Go right
Go.
up the top, press it now, tick it, done. And subscribe as well on YouTube. Please do tell someone else about us to get them to listen. We would adore a 5-star review, please. Only nice reviews. If you hate us, we don't need to know about it. Thank you very much. Okay, see you Thursday, guys. We love you.
Bye for now.